Hey y'all. Hi Sarah.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. I was just telling Sarah, this is like the most beautiful way to end a week. Like I literally can't think of anything better.
I can't either. And just the fact that somebody thinks that spending their night, like their Friday afternoon, the end of their week with me, just makes my heart feel good.
Well, I was just saying, like, I was like, I don't know where my invite to the Chinese takeout food was, and I need an invite. So rude. Welcome everyone. If you haven't been at one of these before, this is our monthly maker challenge. It's something a little different at the shop because it isn't like a planned class per se. It's a make on the fly. Sarah is going to have 1 hour today with the September with the September Sam's Bead box, which has like 20 different items with it that are like meant to go together. But it's still a lot of items. She does not have to use all of them. That would be a crazy challenge.
That would be amazing.
Like, no, use. Yeah. What if? Yeah. And then anyway, so we're jump into that in a few minutes. But first, we can't jump into things that quickly. We don't.
Definitely not.
I'm too chatty for that.
Me too.
How's your week been, Sarah?
Pull us up here. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a busy week, and I feel like this is just kind of gearing me up for October because October is slam packed. Like my schedule, I don't know what it is about the month of October, but it seems like every single year October is just really, really busy. And I'm not mad about it. I got a lot of fun stuff going on, and we've got plans with you coming up. I've got
Wait,
stuff.
Yeah, I'm on your page coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Joining you. Cool.
Yeah, so we're going to be playing with these beads again, which is going to be really cool. It gives me a chance to play with them twice. I literally just opened them, so I've only had like 10 minutes worth of like looking at them in the bag. So getting 2 chances to play with them is going to be awesome. So yeah.
You might be the last person here to see the September bead box. I'm amazed that you had that willpower.
I had to hide it from myself, and I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to find it because when I hide things from myself, I tend to lose them for good. But yeah, I kept it in the package. Like I literally just cut it open. It was hidden across the room, so I couldn't be tempted. And I finally got to open it.
You found it. I'm so glad you found it.
Yeah. Would have been pretty fun otherwise. Yeah.
We would have made do, it would have been fine, but like.
Well, let me tell you, I have a Michael's class tomorrow, and my beads are not here.
Oh, this is giving me flashbacks to the Bead-a-Lon challenge.
That's when I was talking to everybody about it today, that's what they were saying. They were like, this is just like Sam and the Bead-a-Lon challenge because you got them like at the last minute. I'm not
5 minutes.
At the last minute.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm not even going to get that lucky. They're definitely not coming until Monday. So I'm going to improvise and we'll see what happens. But
wow.
If
anyone could do it, you could handle. I think you could handle of all people.
I hope so. I hope so. It could either be a great show of like improv, or it could be a complete train wreck. So either way, people should come and watch and see what happens.
y'all heard it. If you want to go sign up, they're free Michael's classes. You just sign up on the Michael's website. Sarah teaches like at least one a week these days. So if you want to support Sarah over there, you can go to the Michael's classes. You can also check out Sarah's personal pages. She does free lives sharing her amazing talent so generously. And then also has a paid group, which is an amazing value, especially I know you have an appeal to folks who are like on maybe a little bit more advanced, but I feel like even a beginner could pick up a lot just being in that group.
Yeah.
And isn't it all of like $30 a month?
It's, let's see. So if you do it monthly, it's $27 a month, but if you do it quarterly, it's $66. So you actually save money to do it quarterly.
Yeah. I know it's kind of a new thing in the bead world to have that sort of like access to like to a great, really amazing designer. Like, I just think what you've got going is amazing. And I just like see the value you're able to bring your people and the connection you bring to your community is also so beautiful.
Yeah, we definitely have a really good community, and we're growing together. And I think the coolest part for me is, like, obviously every month we get new members, but to see the members from the very beginning and watch their transformation, watch them kind of come into their own self-confidence with their jewelry designs is really amazing. And it makes me feel really good because I feel like I was a part of that. You know, I got to help, you know, kind of help them feel where they fit in the jewelry world, because not everybody's going to be into wire. Not everybody's going to be into stringing. Like, everybody is good at something, and to help them kind of find what that is and then build off of that and really, you know, feel good about what they're doing is really exciting. So it's cool because it's a smaller group. Like, my community page is, I think we're right at 2,500 people, but my paid group, we have like just barely over 100 people, and our lives, we usually have like 30 people. So it's a really small crowd, which makes it really intimate. And
yeah, that's cool.
They definitely have one-on-one access to me, it's really fun, and it makes it a little family, you know. It's cool.
Yeah, I love checking out the lives in that group. I think they're a lot of fun.
They are fun. We get a little crazy, but I mean,
let's see. We should also tell folks, because you mentioned like doing other techniques, that Sarah's going to be back 1 week from today at this exact time, and we are looming.
Yes,
Sarah, we've never loomed on the Sam's Bead Shop page.
That's exciting. Oh,
so I've always wanted to learn. I think I have a loom in like a Bead-along box. I like haven't checked yet, but I think I have it because I'm ordering some of Bead-along, but they 100% won't be here by Friday because they are overloaded these days.
Oh yeah.
But even if you folks, so we're saying this now, so in case you want to try to get one of the Bead-along looms and join us. If not, you can also just tune in on Friday, learn the technique, and then like pick up the supplies and rewatch it. Is also probably a really good idea.
Yeah.
But you don't need a lot. You need the loom, which is like $10-15. You need some 10-pound hemp, and then any size of wildfire. Those are their main 3 supplies with some beads. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, and it's really
Am I missing anything?
No, you've got everything, just your beads. And what's cool about it is that I'm going to show you how easy it is to put all of that together and make a bracelet. But you can make pendants, you can make rings, you can make all kinds of things on the loom. And I think a lot of people are intimidated by it, but I'm going to show you like how easy it is, because it really is just working up a rhythm with it. You kind of get into a groove, and it can be really, and I feel weird using this word in jewelry making, but it's kind of therapeutic, because you kind of just get into a rhythm with it. And then before you know it, you know, you've beaded your way through some sort of nonsense that's going on in your head. You know, it kind of helps to bring you out of, you know, whatever craziness is going on. Looming is really good for that. So it's always exciting.
I just love the look of it. I think I've always just found loom products gorgeous. I never knew quite how to do it. So I'm very excited to learn from you on Friday.
Gonna be fun.
But with that, we're already 10 minutes in. I feel like I'm stealing your time. So
no, you're fine.
I think we should begin our maker challenge.
Yes. So you want me to? I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera around, and
let's do it.
You want me to go through these beads one at a time, or what do you want me to?
Yeah, show us what we're playing with.
Okay, this is gonna be my first kind of like long exposure to all the goodies here. So the little card in here says meditation. So now I don't feel like so weird about saying that looming is like meditative and therapeutic, because it totally is. So you're definitely in that same mindset with this color palette, which is awesome. Oh, those
absolutely
are so pretty.
Oh, why you grab one of my favorites so quickly?
These are right on top. I don't think I have anything like this in my in my stash. And I
Yeah,
love
me
that.
either. Like a really long check oval. It's kind of unusual.
Yeah, they're very cool. Ooh, and that kind of like it's like a luster. They're just
Oh yeah,
under.
all luster.
Yeah, love. Love, love, love. This is so pretty. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is cool because it's going to give me a chance to kind of like think as I go here. Now this color, this color, I'm so into this. These are amazing.
Sarah, we have the same taste. Those are I think like my two favorites so far.
I love this
I
color
think that like
so much.
sea foam opaly color is like I hadn't seen it before.
No, and I'm gonna need like more of these in my life. I need more. Anything in this color. But this shape in particular is awesome. I love this little petal shape. I've got the ones that you sent me in the dark blue. Oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. I love
I'm
those.
obsessed with that diamond shape.
Yeah, really awesome. I think I know what I'm gonna do with those. Maybe. I gotta make a big mess first, though. Can't do anything without making a big mess. These are
you better make
cool.
the biggest mess you can, Sarah.
I love cube beads, so these are super cool. People who have been with me for a while know that this is one of my favorite shapes, but oddly enough, I just hoard it and I don't ever use it. Like I have a special place in my heart for cube-shaped beads, but I never use them. I just want them. I don't know why.
They look like treasure in your hand. I don't know why, but they look like treasure.
Yeah, they are amazing.
It looks like you've like scooped up like from a tub of like rough peridot, and you're just like
yes.
That they have like that beautiful color, that like depth of color to them.
Yes. All right. What else do we have here? Oh, I love this. I love these. This is so pretty. And I'm not a pink person, but rhodonite is always the exception to my rule because of the grays and the browns and the tans and blacks that happen in it. It's like it makes the pink kind of punk rock. And I am totally into that.
I love that description. Fantastic.
I'm into it. Those are so cool. And they're faceted too. I just now noticed that. That's awesome.
Oh, any chance for a sparkle, Sarah? It's good. I'm gonna make it happen.
Excuse me. Oh, aventurine. And I don't have any aventurine. Well, I have maybe 2 pieces of aventurine in this color. So pretty. It's like this kind of peachy, like it's like peaches and cream almost. So pretty.
Yeah, that was the first stone we picked out for the box. We thought, I know there's something I really liked about the tone of it. I found it very like calming. I found it like had its own nice subtlety, that it wasn't white. It wasn't like a bright in your face color.
Yeah.
I thought it could be kind of nice to play with.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. All of these colors, I'm this, like, I don't even know what you call this color, and it's just gorgeous. You hit that kind of meditative, quiet calm in color. You nailed that with this box. This color reminds me of my mom's bedroom, and that's just like so comforting to me. How weird is that? But it is. Like, it reminds me of being a kid.
That color in particular, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
This was like the most unexpected color for me, because this is one of those I was like, I think this will look good in person, and then I had to kind of just wait and see.
Oh yeah, no, it totally works. That, and then these little guys that I keep putting off to the side, but now I'm going to open them. Like, this little combination just feels so homey to me. With those, how gorgeous is that? That's so pretty.
Oh, I do like that. So you've just pulled out the lotus beads. That was one of our main inspiration points for this box.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
So we have the lotus in those, and we'll get to one more lotus very soon.
So pretty.
And we also kind of thought about the colors that lotus flowers come in. And they come in way more colors than I expected.
Yeah, I was surprised to read that too. I had no idea.
And then, of course, with the greens are kind of the inspiration of the greens is like the lily pad, essentially.
Yeah.
The floating leaves.
Gosh, that's so pretty.
Ooh, this is an interesting direction I haven't seen yet.
And totally not even what I'm going to use to make something with. Like my inspiration is totally different but like this is giving me all of the warm and fuzzy feelings right now. Okay.
And I've done my job. Awesome.
This is probably my favorite bead in the entire thing. But my second favorite bead, I originally thought this was my top favorite bead, but it's a close second. I love these. I'm obsessed with these.
Yes.
They are fabulous. Like everything about these screams vintage and just, oh yeah.
I bet that mold is vintage, actually.
They're so pretty. They are so fabulous. They're like, I don't know. I really do have like just vintage kind of nostalgia vibes with this entire color palette. This reminds me of some of the milk glass that my grandmother had. Like, I don't know. I must have some childhood issues.
You have vivid memories, Sarah.
It reminds me of those things in my life, you know? And these beads for sure. This is my grandmother. This is my mom's room. This is my grandmother. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like in the best way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pretty.
It's so cool to see what you gravitate towards.
Love it.
All right, what does Sarah have left in that pile there?
There's still a ton left. This is one of my favorite things too, but I always mispronounce the Z word.
Ruby zoisite.
Zoisite. I always mess that up. These are so pretty.
Yeah, this is a cool stone because it has just those little ruby inclusions in the zoisite, so that the little pink is ruby, which is very fancy and fun.
It is very fancy and fun. And my birthstone. Ruby is my birthstone, and green is like in my top of color choices. So I'm all about that for sure. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster here. I can't help it though. Just like, I just want to hold all of them. And these guys are awesome. These little bicones.
Shimmer, shimmer.
Yes, those are awesome. I'm going to use these for sure. Definitely going to use these. Such a classic shape and so easy to work with. So I definitely want to incorporate some of these.
Yeah, we got a lot of bicones in the boxes over the many boxes that we've now done.
Yeah.
I just think that, I don't know, it's an easy shape to use.
Oh, yeah. And then these, I love these too. Look at the little babies. They're baby drops. I love that so much. They're little babies. And anybody who's like, oh no, they're not seed beads. They're drucks. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid of them. I have friends. Yeah,
I didn't even know they made drucks that small. I've always ordered down to like 4 millimeter, but this is a 3 millimeter.
They're so cute. I have friends that are afraid of seed beads. They're like totally intimidated by them. But these are not. These are drucks. That makes them less scary. That makes them cute and just awesome. So no excuses with those. Nobody can say those are scary beads. They're just babies. Just babies. Okay. I love these too. These are all types of fabulous. Did you see one of the bracelets I made today? It had this color purple in it.
I did not see it. I haven't got. I try to catch as many of your lives as possible. I didn't get to see yours today.
That's okay. I won't hold it against you.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
Totally fine. But yeah, I used this color. The check glass beads that I had were, they weren't matte like this, but it was this same kind of lavender purpley color that's like, it's just like an amethyst, but really light. And they had that AB finish on them. That color purple is so, like, it works on so many different skin tones. And purple can be hard to pull off. But this one is one that is kind of universal, you know, if there's such a thing with purple.
And this is the first time I've gotten this. Like, it's a pretty classic check tone. This is like, they call it amethyst. I'm like, honey, that's not amethyst, but it's pretty.
It is pretty.
I've been calling it more like lavender amethyst.
Yeah.
And then it with the matte coating, I think is actually might even be more pretty.
Oh yeah. I love a matte coating on just about anything. These are awesome too. Very unexpected. These are so cool. I can do all kinds of fun things with these.
Yeah. What did those make you? Those are like probably the most different bead in the box. So what did those make you think?
So when I have the opportunity to work with like these little donut lifesaver beads, that's what they remind me of, is like little lifesaver candies. But I like to, let's see, do I have a piece of something that I can show you? Let's see. Grab. So just a quick example of what I would do. To me, it's an opportunity to show off your stringing material. So like if you have like a bead stringing wire that you really like, or some sort of cord that you really like, you can, let's see, can just kind of crisscross through them instead of stringing them straight. And then that way you get the front of the bead, but you also get the bead stringing material. So whether it's like your bead stringing wire in like a really pretty silver or a gold or something, or, you know, your whatever cord you want to use, but you also get the front of the donut instead of the side of the donut, which is super cool. So you just crisscross your stringing material, see, and then your bracelet or whatever you're going to wear, it lays that way. So you're seeing that from the front instead of just seeing it from the side. And you also,
I love that,
get that bead stringing material in there as well. So you can really kind of incorporate like whatever stringing you're going to use as part of your design. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, love that. Those are fun. Those are super fun. All right, let's see. Just a couple more things, and then I promise I'll make something. Like I did come here to make something, so I promise I will.
We'll get there.
These are so pretty. These are like mermaid beads. Love them so much. Those are gorgeous. Frosted peaceful green. I love that. Yes, yes.
I am missing some comments. They're going a little fast, but I saw a question about if this box is available. This box is totally sold out. The last couple months, we totally sold out, and like had almost basically no extras after we shipped out for subscribers. So I would definitely say go ahead and join if you're not currently a subscriber. We do have some extras of the check items from the box, but I don't currently see them published on the website. So I'll check on that after this stream, because I know we still have quantities available of some of these, like those coins Sara has there that I love. We've got like lots of those available.
I love these. They're the perfect size.
Yeah, so just if you're interested in some of these items, just keep an eye out on the Sam's Bead Shop site and the live sales and whatnot. And we do have some of these check items available.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. These are gorgeous. Those are so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay, I only have two more things to go.
Oh, we're almost there.
This is amazing. That is gorgeous.
Yes, rose quartz.
Yeah.
Isn't that a cool shape?
Yeah, it really is. And I love that it's drilled up here instead of through the center, because you can wire wrap it. You can put a bail on it. You can just put a jump ring through there if you want to. Like, it's so versatile. I love that. So pretty. So, so pretty. And then last but not least is so pretty. And this is Tiara cast, right?
Oh yeah. So we're starting to work more with USA metal suppliers.
Yes.
My goal kind of from here on out is actually to only include USA metals in the box.
Ooh,
and the reason behind that is just the quality.
Yeah.
They do really thorough testing and follow really strict standards for lead and other metals in their pewter. So I just like feel good using their materials, and they're also just lovely designs that that quality shows. So you'll definitely see in like upcoming boxes, you'll see lots of Tierra cast, and that makes me happy.
Oh yeah, it makes me really happy too. And they're cool people to work with. Like they're just good. They're just good people. So that makes it even better, you know?
Yeah, it's cool. They're a Bay Area bead shop. They're a Bay Area bead company. So it's nice to actually be able to collaborate with them so closely.
Yeah. That's a lot of beads, Sam. Like that's a lot.
Oh yeah, we don't mess around with Sam's bead box, Sarah.
Yeah. When you lay it all out like that, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, we estimate it's about $70 of beads each month in the box.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, well, now I need another bead mat. I'm gonna grab another bead mat real quick.
Another bead mat, Sarah. It doesn't have enough space. Oh god.
I'm gonna have to use the ugly colored bead mat, so my apologies for this color. It always makes things look really strange on camera, but it's what I have nearby. So I'm gonna scoot this to right here. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Stop me if you've heard this one. I think I'm gonna make some earrings because I love earrings and I'm feeling over the top. So I want to make a wire component that's like, let's draw it. I'm gonna make like an oval wire component, I think, because that shape is very conducive to the lotus, right? So we'll do one of these, and then we'll put some loops on it to hang some goodies, right?
Ooh, I like where this is heading. Okay.
And then we're gonna hang stuff from all of these, and then we're gonna hang one of these babies. I want to hang one of these right here. And then it's an earring. Ta-da! My drawing is terrible, but I think that's where we're going. I promise it'll look better than my drawing.
I like the energy. I love it already.
Okay, good.
Now,
good.
How the heck do we do it?
Okay, so that's a good question. So I got my 18 gauge wire because that's what I always make my components out of. I got some 24 gauge wire for my loops, and I did get the ruler. Some of you are going to gasp because I never use a ruler, but I'm actually going to use a ruler, and we'll make a measurement here. So I think I'm going to cut. I'm going to make a 5. I'm going to use 5 inches of the 18 gauge wire, but if that's too big of a component, we'll have to cut again. So, trim both ends to make sure they're nice and flat. And let's see. So I want to find the middle of my 5 inches. Where's my pliers? And so the middle of 5 inches is what, 2.5 inches, right? So I'm going to put my pliers right next to the 2.5 mark, but not on the 2.5 mark, because I have to take into consideration like the surface area of my pliers. So I'm grabbing the wire, and then I'm going to give it a bend, and that's going to put the bend in the wire right in the middle. So you want to hold your pliers like slightly to the side of that 1/2 inch mark, whether you're doing 5 inches and doing this or anything. Like anytime you need to make a sharp bend in the middle of something, always take your tool over to one side or the other. Otherwise, one side is a little bit longer and it's going to be the same length over as the surface area of your pliers. Does that make any sense?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, good.
It's pure logic. I love it.
I use a lot of words to say like very short things. So, okay, so I have a little V shape here, and now I need to turn this into, I'm going to turn it into a circle. I'm going to put loops. Let's do loops first. So I'm going to use my pliers and make, which direction do I want these to go? I think I want my loops to go away from me. So I'm going to use my small bell making pliers, and I'm going to use the smaller of the two. And I'm going to just turn a loop away from me. So when I'm looking at it, I don't see the loop. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay. Now I'm going to use my artistic wire mandrel, but if you don't have a mandrel, you can use anything that's round just to get the shape that you want. So I'm going to kind of put that. Obviously it's not going to lay flat because we made a bend, but I do want to like squeeze the wire around the component to get that shape. Let me do it again. Let's see.
You might finally be getting me to use my step mandrel again. I have that exact bead-along tool. I just like
you need it in you've got to use it. It's my favorite. I have mine right here. Love it. Pet it. Give it love. It needs love.
Wait, what do you call the plastic one? I was calling that the step mandrel.
Oh, this one. This is the artistic wire mandrel. You have to use, like, seriously, the most inexpensive tool on the planet, but right. I use it for everything. Like everything.
Interesting.
Because you can even make jump rings on the smaller sections. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So
we've got Nile here, Sarah.
Nuh-uh.
We've been blessed.
Oh my gosh, Nile, I love you.
Are we allowed to announce things?
Yeah, I'm okay with it if y'all are okay with it.
I think it's fine. Okay. Everyone has to mark their calendars for November 18th because Nile, Sarah, and I are going to have a beading party. And I know it sounds like it's in forever, but that's next month.
Yeah.
So if you want to join, put it on your calendars. I don't even know whose page we're going live on yet. So just mark your calendars so you know to look out for it. November 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern.
It's going to be so much fun. And you know what I was thinking? With
what were you thinking, Sarah?
With StreamYard, you can stream to more than one place. I wonder if we can all three stream from our pages.
We could if we could do whatever we want to.
Yeah, I think, and then that way we'd have all three audiences.
Let's do
I like that idea. I'm just saying. You can't miss us if we're in three places at once, right?
We'll just be in your face everywhere.
We're taking over Facebook. So I went ahead and put a jump ring in this just to hold that shape together while I work harden it, because I don't want it to spread apart when I work harden it. So
we were originally going to do like wine and beading, and then we picked 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 10 a.m. my time. And so I will be drinking juice, orange juice, and not wine. We really should have thought that one through, shouldn't we have?
Nobody said you couldn't have wine at 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm just saying.
I would sleep all day.
But what about like a mimosa, right? You can have a mimosa for breakfast. A little bit of champagne.
Isn't this a weekday?
Some orange juice.
I would go buy a bottle of champagne. Yeah, that might be worth it for this.
I think so. I'm going to have a mimosa.
Ooh, then I can pop it on camera. I love that.
Oh, goodness. All right. I'm going to wire wrap to my components and hope that I have enough wire to do what I want to do here. So what if we only have time to do one earring? Are we going to make it a pendant? What do we do?
Good question. I kind of got too chatty and I stole all your time away.
No way.
So we'll do what we can.
We'll improvise. All good. And a lot of my earring designs always tell people, because like I do huge earrings, but I also realize that other people don't like huge earrings. So I always tell people they can always make them a pendant if they want to instead. Or they can just make the same earring smaller. But when I'm teaching, it's easier to make a really big something and show people the steps than it is to make it small and like try to explain.
Right. So right here, what like would you explain what you're doing here?
Yes. Okay, so I am making these little loops on my component so that I can hang things from them, because I love dangles of all varieties. Like I have to have movement in my jewelry. So this gives me an opportunity to show off all of these awesome beads. And there are no loops here, and jump rings wouldn't hang like separated, right? So I'm making my own little loops. They're just little half circles. And I did this one wrong, actually. So I'll do it again. I'm going to undo it. But I'm using the small bell making pliers, or you can use the stepped bell making pliers, or just anything that you've got on hand. And basically what you do is you take the tool, you're going to grab the component, and you're going to use the mandrel as your guide. Let me lift the camera up just a little bit so I can get the tool in here. Okay, so you use the mandrel as a guide to guide the wire around to form that loop shape, right? And then keep it on the tool to hold it tight. Wire wrap about 3 times so that your little loops are going to all be spaced out. They're not all crowding each other out. I'm going to take that one off, and then I'm just going to move on, and I'm going to put it right back onto the tool right next to where I finished the wire wrap. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just guiding the wire around the outer surface of the mandrel of the bell making pliers and then wrapping. So it makes these little half circle shapes that you can use to hang things from.
And what are the gauges of wire you're using there, Sarah?
So for the component, I used 18 gauge wire, but for this wrapping that I'm doing, I'm using 24 gauge. And you can use a thicker gauge. I don't think I would go any thicker than about 22 gauge for this wire wrapping part. But you can use whatever, anything thicker than 18 gauge for your component will be strong enough. Okay.
So an 18 or 16 could work for that. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We lost you a little bit on camera there.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So you're going to be able to use this. Oh, interesting. So you're basically going to be using the same wire all the way around?
Yeah, and I'm going to scoot these down so they're not locked in place just yet. So they were way up here, and I just kind of wiggled them to slide them down. As I want 4 here, 1 in the middle, and then I'm going to do 4 more on the other side. That's going to give me what, 9 little places to hang things from, which is probably more than any earring needs, but I mean, I got to be extra. So when you do this in the middle, because we have a point in the wire, like our wire is coming up to that
yeah, point, I was going to say.
You got to be really, really careful. Don't squeeze with your bell making pliers, because if you do, you'll distort that shape, that bend in the wire. So you just hold very, very gently while you do that one. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'm going to do 4 more going up the other side. But yeah, so I'm just using the same piece of wire so that it is all just one connected piece.
I forget the origin of the wiggle wiggle in your group. Like, I know you told me many, many months ago, but I don't remember.
So I don't really know exactly where it got started, but I just, sometimes I just say things and everybody just kind of, depending on, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. And for whatever reason, I had said something about wiggling, and that just kind of became like part of who we are. Because I did that one wrong. Okay, so
look at me.
so I just to show you what I did wrong, and nobody would ever notice it if I didn't point it out, I don't think. But see how the wire is on the back on this one, and then it's also on the back for the wrapping? I didn't follow the natural path of the wire. So see what I mean? Like that loop, both sides of that loop are on one side of the component. I don't want that. I don't like that. I want it to all be the same. So I'm going to undo that one. And I'm following the natural path of the wire. So the wire is coming from the back. So when I wrap, I want to wrap to the front of the component, because that's the natural way you would wrap it, even if you weren't making the little loop here. So back to the wiggle. I don't know. We were wiggling wire or we were wiggling beads. I don't really remember what we were doing.
It seems to be the mic jack is what folks are saying.
That's what oh my gosh, I completely forgot. So once upon a time, I had a microphone that was an external microphone that I plugged into my iPad every time I had a live. Well, it had a short in the connection between the iPad and the microphone. So when I would get started every single day, I would have to wiggle the little, the little connection between the two. And I'd have to say wiggle so people could hear me. And they could let me know if they heard me or not. Because if they didn't, I needed to wiggle it some more. I completely forgot. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Completely forgot about that. I don't use an external microphone anymore, thankfully. I've learned a lot since then, but yeah, so it kind of stuck. Now we wiggle between beads, we wiggle with the wire, we wiggle just for fun. So yeah. All right, I've got all my loops, and now I'm going to cut off all my excess wire. So funny. I'm glad that people remember, because I didn't remember. I completely forgot.
You remember your childhood though, so it's okay.
True. Oh, goodness. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Okay, now let's lay our beads out, because that's the fun part. We've made what we can do. Let's do the beads. Okay, so I want to use one of these because they're fabulous. I want one of those to go in there. Okay, and let's see.
It almost looks like the shape of the component matches the diamond brio.
So I want some of the babies. I want a combination of these purples and this like champagne color. And I didn't cut. I have these pieces of chain scraps, so I'm going to put some chain in this. But I want to do some, I know what I have. I got these too. I got some little spacers.
Ooh, Sarah's got daisies.
Just for some little extra.
Have you seen check glass daisies, Sarah?
I have, and I need them in my life. I don't have any, I don't think. But yes.
At most, you may have some from the August box. We put some blue ones in there, but they're a little bit bigger than those spacers you have. But they also come in like silver and like metallic tones.
Ooh, yeah. I do remember that's why I've seen them before. I think that's probably the first place I ever saw them was in the box.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, you've opened my eyes to all kinds of bead shapes that I've never played with before. That's part of the reason that I love your
putting together a box every month. We have to keep finding new shapes. We got to keep it interesting. My sister and I work together on the box, and like we're basically just like constantly scouting new shapes and new colors, and like what the heck can we do next?
It sounds like a lot of fun. I would get so stressed though, because I don't think I can handle the pressure of like, what if I do it wrong? What if I don't make a pretty box? What if all the what ifs?
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's terrifying every month. That doesn't go away. Every time I ship a box, I just say a Hail Mary. I'm like, I hope this works.
Well, you have yet to disappoint me, so I've loved all of it. Every box that I've gotten from you has been amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Okay, so I know these look really long and spindly at the moment, but that's just because they're not like attached to anything. But I do have to lay them out just to see if this is what I want. Because it might
you're
not
gravitating. I was interested. You're gravitating towards like the cream colors now.
Yeah, I know, which is weird for this. Like, I don't know. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't go. Maybe we need to change the center bead, but I don't know. I have to use these bicones in these purple check glass beads. They told me I had to. Like when I took them out of the package, they insisted. So,
hey, I bet once you start stripping these things up, I think it'll like we'll just see the magic start to transform.
I hope so. You never know. I mean, because like once all of this gets put together, I could potentially change this out for like that and keep the color scheme kind of, but I just love this color. I know it might not necessarily go, but, and then I was thinking like if I wanted to get extra crazy, I could put some chain in between these with my chain straps. Like I'm going to trim it all up and make it all cohesive, but like I'm feeling a little rock and roll with this. So
you are going all for it.
Yeah, I'm feeling extra. It's Friday night. My house is empty, so we're going for it. Okay, let's wire wrap some of this and see what happens. So I'm gonna start with my scrap. This is my 24 gauge piece from the little loops. So I'm gonna wire wrap. Let's see. I'm gonna treat this like a brio. So crossing my wires, I'm going to bend one of them out this direction, one of them straight up and down. And use my bent chain nose pliers to hold that. Wrap around. Okay, let me turn that off. It's so funny because I see the other designers and they come and they do the maker challenge and they make the most beautiful pieces I have ever seen. And I come and I'm like, let's do something crazy. Let's throw some beads at the wall and see what sticks. I always feel like I'm so over the top compared to everybody else.
And we love it. We love every moment of it.
I'm glad.
You're like throwing ideas out into the world and then everyone can choose
Little
the inspiration that strikes them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or they can be as extra as you. That's also valid.
I like being extra. So I feel like a lot of us in this industry are extra. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this industry.
Right.
So I'm just wire wrapping those directly together. I'm not going to use a jump ring or anything.
Oh, you're wrapping them right onto.
Yeah.
Right onto it. Okay.
You could use a 4mm jump ring there if you wanted to, just a little one, but it's already going to be so long as it is. Like the dangles are so long anyway. I don't know how that's going to go. I really don't know if that's going to turn out the way I expect it to. I don't know. This could all turn into a complete disaster. I hope you're ready.
I'll tell you can throw whatever you want at me, Sarah. I mean, even just seeing that component, I just see like how many directions you could take that component. Because I mean, chandeliers are like the most, what am I saying? They're like the most versatile connector.
Oh, for sure. And it can be made smaller. You don't have to do it as large as the one that I made. You can make it really small. You can make it even bigger if you wanted to make it like a really cool statement pendant for the middle of a necklace and like build around it. So it's really versatile, and you can, you can alter it for other things. Like you can make small ones and do side by side, like wings almost for a bracelet. You can curve them by using like your curved like some pliers like these that have that curve, so that you can make them kind of curve up to your skin if you're going to use them in a bracelet. So many different things you can do with just that one component. So for sure, yes.
If I had one of those components in front of me, I'm trying to think like what I would gravitate towards in it. I think I would like somehow get a lotus coin involved, either in the top or even like hanging in the bottom center.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe some of the smaller aventurine with it. I think knowing my style, I'd probably choose like just a few beads.
Well, I'm trying to make it as beadalicious as possible, but I do have a tendency to go like way overboard. So.
Oh yeah, do not let me yuck your yum.
So I voted for you for the challenge.
No way.
Yes, I did. And I know a lot of other people who did too. And yeah, so I voted for you, and I voted for Nile, and I told everybody else to do so as well.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't even believe I had a piece at the end of the day. Sarah, I've like pretty much, I don't use leather.
Right.
I don't use polymer clay. I don't use.
Right. What
else was there that I had to use? That was, and like the impress art stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was sitting there hitting that impress art thing, and like next to nothing was happening. I was like, alrighty, we made some dents in it. That looks great. And then that's what that gold thing in the middle is, that you could never tell that I impressed anything on it. It looks like someone scuffed it. And then the leather, thank God there was tiara cast in there, because I know that they make all those awesome like leather crimp ends and such. So yeah. I use those. But then I don't know all the different knots. I only know a couple of like the main knots. So I had to just start tying things together and like hope for the friggin' best. And then the friggin' polymer clay. I didn't have an oven at the office because they were like, Sam, do you not read my email? And I was like, no, I didn't get past the part that says, please let me know if you don't have a box. I did not have a box.
That was kind of the most important part, was making
sure. But also, I heard you're not supposed to like use your toaster, like your personal toaster oven, for polymer clay anyway. So I'm like almost happy that I did it. It like ruined my roommate's toaster oven.
Oh my gosh.
I did put a drop of the Sculpey polymer clay like onto one of the beads, just so I could so they couldn't say I didn't use it. That's basically what Wyatt told me to do. And then what else from there? Oh, but then the wire part was the most fun. Like wire wrapping the Dakota stones together. Like that was like, all right, here we go. This is fine. But yeah, that was terrifying. It was a lot of fun, but it was terrifying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The last time I did one was the last time everybody was in Tucson together to do it in person. And you talk about stressful. I was sitting there with like some of the best artists in the entire industry. And like, no matter how much you tell yourself, like, this is just for fun, no pressure. No, there was totally pressure. Like, yeah. I totally bombed it too. I totally bombed it.
No.
I did. It was awful. Like I started out strong thinking, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to make. And then it didn't work out. And as it was not working out, all of a sudden my brain just stopped working. And I literally sat there just like staring at the wire and the beads for like, I don't know, the entire time. And at the very last minute put together like the worst little wire wrapped earrings ever. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh my God. It's really is like quite a bit more terrifying than you would imagine. Like I also had gotten very relaxed because I didn't think I was actually going to be participating without a box. So I was just sitting there chit-chatting with everyone before the live started. And then I hear the FedEx man arrive and I say, oh God damn it. And I then have to realize in that split second, I realize, oh, you're now competing, Sam.
Yeah.
And I think I say I muted myself and said a nice SHIT to Jesse and then had to open that box.
That's funny.
Because I had said to Wyatt, I was like, Wyatt, this is fine. It is literally fine. Please don't, please, because the Bead people were so sorry and so like they felt terribly. And I was like, it's not your fault. It's literally fine. I can just like co-interview people with Wyatt, and that is just fine with me. I'm totally happy just chit-chatting all day, and I'll be a happy camper.
This is a hot mess. This is a hot mess.
Show us where you're at. I see you've got 4 components on there already.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go with the bigger middle, and this is no longer an earring because it's huge. I knew that was gonna happen.
I feel like this happened last time.
Yeah, it did. Like, I just can't stop when when I need to. But it's okay because it's gonna be a cool pendant. So it'll all work out.
Gorgeous pendant.
And if nothing else, people get to see cool technique, right? Like,
yeah, they've gotten to see the component and wrapping some of the brios. And also I like how you've kind of brought some of the contrasting colors together. It's beautiful.
Now you're just trying to make me feel better. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but so are the puppies.
I didn't expect it to be so like spindly. It's just, I don't know.
It reminds me of a dream catcher.
Yeah, there you go. That makes me feel better about it. I just didn't expect it to be so stiff. I think that's what my problem with it is like these little beaded sections are much straighter and stiffer than I anticipated them to be. I don't know why. Oh, well. Like I said, you never know what's going to happen when I show up. And this is probably a pretty good indication of what my Michaels class tomorrow is going to be.
Sarah, you give yourself such a hard time. We are all learning so much, and I think it's beautiful.
Joan, I see you in the comments. You behave yourself, little Missy. Such a troublemaker.
I've now met. No, I've only met one. I got to meet Kathy.
I know. I was
a couple weeks ago. I got to meet my first live wire.
It's awesome. All right. Now, I don't know what we're doing at this point. I feel like I just didn't do what I intended to do. But we're going to add chain to it because, when all else fails, just keep adding stuff.
When all else fails, keep going. If you're watching this and leave with nothing, take that, please. If you hate what you're designing, you better not cut it up. You better keep going.
That's right. You just keep on going. So I have no idea what the lengths of these chain pieces are. I'm just going to attach them and then I'll trim them up after I attach them because I'm fairly certain they're all just random lengths. And I'm okay with that. Because this was literally just like a wad of scrap chain that I had. So.
Oh, you've never met my chain monster.
Do you have a chain scrap monster?
I got this like 100-meter bag of chain when I was in Thailand, like in 2012.
Yeah.
And it has forever just been one knot. So all I do is I just kind of cut at will, and I just pull. I say, give me some chain, and I pull chain out of that chain monster until I have enough chain that I need.
Oh my gosh.
Currently, the chain monster is missing. I rearranged my desk, and I don't know where the chain monster is anyway.
No.
So that's a little bit terrifying. But
wherever it is, it's knotting itself to something really important.
I'm sure it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now,
ooh, it's pretty.
I'm going to trim. Let's see.
It's like a wall hanging. I feel like if that was like 10 times bigger, you could put that as like a piece on your wall.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely a little too big for an earring, but I mean, you know. Let's see. Just kind of eyeballing it. I don't even know if I'm getting these close to right or not. It's the outer ones that are just driving me crazy. They're just too stiff. Like these two outer legs are just too much. In fact, I think I'm just going to take them off. I'm taking these off. Yep. They're gone. See, that's so much better. It's so much better. That makes so much more sense.
Ooh.
Now it needs a thing in the middle. So we're going to see how much better it looks without those. Yep. You can't convince me otherwise. We're going to do a knotted headpin because everybody likes a knotted headpin. So
Sarah, would you indulge me as to what the lotus looks like in the center of that?
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what are you asking me in this moment?
Or one of the green lotuses.
Oh.
It might be too small, but I'm just kind of curious.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
pretty.
It's a little small, isn't it?
It is, but it's so pretty.
Okay, you do you. You do your original plan. It's better.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna do a knotted headpin, but I gotta find some wire first. I don't know what's happened to. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna use some 22 gauge wire for a knotted headpin. I have 24 out here, but I prefer the 22. So.
All right, you gotta walk us through the knotted headpin, Sarah.
Yes. All right, so I've got a piece of 22 gauge wire, and I'm using my round nose pliers. I'm gonna grab the very tip of that wire, at the tip of the wire, at the tip of the pliers. So the tip of both. I'm gonna rotate the pliers. So I'm gonna wrap that wire around the tip of the pliers once, all the way around, and then I'm gonna go a second time directly underneath that first wrap around. And I know that I've made it 2 times around because I can see that flush cut on the wire. Okay, now before you take it off of the tool, hold it out here in front of you. Your tool in your hand, the handles in your hand are going one way. You want the wire to go the opposite way. So you want to bend the wire away from your hand so that it's running underneath the 2 coils that you made. That's super important. Don't mess that part up because that really trips a lot of people up. Okay, now I'm going to take the tail end of the wire and I'm going to bend it backwards. And I'm going to stick it through those 2 coils that I just made. And that makes this kind of little lasso shape. And I'm going to come in with, where are my nylon jaw pliers? Here they are. So I'm going to use my nylon jaw pliers for this. Do not use regular pliers. Nylon jaw pliers, hold it so that the 2 coils that you made are right up against the side of the pliers. And this side over here, you want to take another pair of pliers and pull. So what you're doing is you're pulling a knot into the wire. You're using the nylon jaw pliers as a guide to help keep everything in place, and it doesn't tear off that outer coating of your wire. So if you do this with regular pliers, you're gonna tear up that coating. That's why the nylon jaw pliers are super important. So when you look at it from the end, you've made yourself like a little rosette. It's just like a little knot, essentially, is all that it is. And your wire coming from the center of that knot it's centered up. So it's an actual little head pin. And then you just use that to thread your bead on. And it's really a handy trick to have, like if you don't have head pins around, or if you're using wire that is a certain color and maybe your findings or the head pins that you have are not the same color, this is a really good way to make sure everything matches.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've gotten me into the knotted head pins, and mine have slowly gotten better. But that one looked like it was like the most perfect knotted head pin I've ever seen. It looked like there wasn't anything wrong with that one. It knew what it was.
Well, I think it's fair to say I've done a few. So I've done a few in my time here.
Did you see that you got Rachel Malice going with the knotted head pins, and she kind of turned it into a way to wrap Hishi beads and make them lay flat,
which is awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. Like that, I totally was like, oh my god, the technique is evolving.
Yeah, that's so fun. I love that. I love that. I love to see everybody's spin on things. It's exciting. Like that's what grows all of our jewelry designs, right? Because jewelry is always changing. Styles are always changing. And it's those little things like that that make those kinds of changes in like what's popular. So you never know. She may have just started the next new thing. All right. So I just attached it with a jump ring. And I'm going to call it a pendant because that's just a huge earring. But I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put an ear wire on it and try it on just for fun because it's Friday night and we can. But I definitely would just, let's see, where's an ear wire? I definitely would just use it as a pendant, I think. It's just so big. It's just so big.
And that is just fine.
That is just fine. Yep. All right, I'm gonna turn it around, and when I take a picture of it for you, I'll make it on like chain. It'll be a pendant, but for fun, okay. we're gonna do it as an earring. So let me turn you guys around. Oh, whoops. Nope, that was right. Eventually, I'll get used to this StreamYard thing. It's weird because everything's
I get worse. No, I've only gotten worse at it. Don't worry. It doesn't get better.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh. No, okay. So it's Friday night. This is a Saturday night earring for sure. Like that's pretty amazing.
Those are kind of everything.
I know. Like it turned out way better than I thought. It was all about taking those two little outer pieces. Like that's a fabulous earring now.
If I had my ears pierced and I really didn't want someone to look at my face that night, I would wear earrings that big. Because no one's gonna be looking at my face.
I don't want you to look at my face. I'm going to wear the big earrings. That's so true, though. It's so true.
They actually look really good on you. That's what's funny here is they look really good.
Thanks. It's funny how that works out sometimes, right? So now maybe I should maybe I should make the second one and make them earrings. I don't know. I can't decide. But I do know that hanging from a piece of chain, it would be a really cool pendant for sure.
Absolutely.
And
you could mix in more beads from the box. You could hold like a string of beads from the box. You could do whatever you want. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I love it.
I told everybody when I sent out my text, I was like, I'm feeling over the top tonight.
And now it's like actually evening time where you are. Like I'm just starting my evening, but like it's 8:00 where you are. You're like, it's time for Sarah time.
No, this has been so much fun. I'm telling you, it's just like you said, like this is the best way to end the week. It was so much fun to get to come and just like hang out with you and see all the comments go by, and everybody is just having a good time and hanging out. And we can't do all of it in person because everybody is so scattered everywhere, but this is the next best thing. So
one day we are all going to be in the same place again.
Oh yeah, Neela and I were talking about a slumber party. Neela and I we have a slumber party in the works, and like you're included in that. Like we've already decided we're gonna wear our grandpa house shoes, and we're gonna drink wine.
Can we bake cookies? Can we decorate cupcakes?
For me, I'm gonna be so mad because I hear you made bread for Neela. Focaccia?
I did.
Is that it?
I made focaccia for the picnic that Neela hosted. It was good. It was really good.
You owe me some bread.
Okay. I mean, I used like a cup of olive oil.
Yes.
I just kept pouring.
Yeah.
You have yourself a deal.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I made Kathy hummus. I literally owe you.
You're feeding all my friends, but me. It's okay. I had Chinese food without you. No. I ordered an extra order of crab rangoon for you, though.
Oh, I want it.
I'll eat it for breakfast for you. I'll think of you while eating it with my coffee in the morning.
Well, this is too much fun. Oh my gosh. I have to go start prepping dinner or something. I'm supposed to host dinner tonight. I better go make dinner.
Fun. So fun.
I haven't decided what I'm making yet. I'll go figure that out.
Go big or go home.
I'll do the Sara technique. Whatever I start, I gotta keep going.
If you don't like it, just keep going. Just keep adding
this is terrible. No, it's fine. It'll just burn it. Just cook it a little bit more. Alrighty. We gotta let Sara go. You go get some Sara time. Go cuddle with your puppies. Say hi to them for me.
Thank you, Sam. It was so much fun.
Alrighty. I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend. This is your last reminder right here on this stream to sign up for the box. If you're not already subscribed. If you're already subscribed, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to get that October box, which is amazing, it's so good. I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
You're going to want to get subscribed. So I cannot wait for you to see it. Sara, I think you're going to be very happy. Very, very happy.
I can't wait.
Yes. So everyone have a beautiful weekend. Sara, have a beautiful weekend.
You too.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.